Hi, Mr. Smith. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I just wanted to discuss some of the issues you were telling me about before. You were saying that you were having a little bit of difficulty with the current counseling sessions we have you in. And it's so fantastic that you've actually brought this to my attention because these are the kind of things we need to know. Because if you don't say anything, then we really don't know what it is you're going through. So if you ever have any difficulties like these in the future, just approach one of our team members. Let us know what's happening, what's going on with you, and then that way, together, we can find a way to figure out solutions that work for everybody. Now, I wanted to start off a little bit about the counseling sessions that you haven't been able to attend so far. And I know you understand how important they are. We went through this, of course, and you did so well attending those first few sessions. And I think that really does show that you're willing to put in that effort, and that is exactly what the judge wants to see. To be honest, the last thing any of us want is to have that order revoked, and I know you understand that completely. So hopefully today we can figure out a way to make this process work a little bit better so that we're in no danger of that happening. Now, I understand something you're finding challenging is how the sessions are actually run. Which, that happens. That's completely understandable. Not everything works the same for everybody. And if that's something you're finding, then that's just something you need to communicate. And that's something you have now communicated to me. So, you said that you weren't finding the counselors were engaging the way you thought they would, and a lot of the issues that they were saying just didn't seem to connect with you, if I understand what you're saying correctly. Now, something I will say in regards to this is that often these sessions, they take a while to get to the root of the problems. And at the beginning, they may seem more of a platform just for you to air your concerns, speak to the counselors, really a good way for them to sort of get to know who you are. Because at the end of the day, the more they know about you, the better they'll be able to help you, if that makes sense. But I understand that sometimes that can feel a little bit strange. I get that. So maybe it's the case that we go to a few more sessions, and then after that we might see how you're feeling and see if you're starting to see some progress, and that might be a good indication whether or not they're the right fit for you. Something that I actually can do now, though, is I can organize a sit-down with the counselor and you, just so that you have time, I suppose, to sort of air your concerns, let them know how you're feeling, let them know what your concerns are, what's working for you, what's not working for you, because at the end of the day, you know what works best for you. And maybe just having that little bit of communication that might actually make those sessions more effective for you. And then if you're still not feeling that's not working for you, and these sessions just aren't helping you the way you think they need to, then maybe it's the case that we go to the judge and we see what alternatives we can come up with. Ones that might be a better fit. So, now one of the other issues you mentioned to me was that you were having a bit of trouble actually getting to the sessions themselves. And it's so good that you've actually told me about this, because now we can sort of figure out a solution to overcome this issue. So, if you're finding that the transport is a little bit too far for you, and that's what you said you were feeling very anxious in that very enclosed space, which I understand can be a really stressful situation. And that's something we really want to avoid, because we don't want you to feel that way, and we don't want you to do something that might get you into more trouble. So it's really good that you've now said this, and now we can figure out something that will work. So maybe it is after we have our sit down and after we kind of go to a few more sessions, seeing how they work, we might be able to look into finding a counseling session that's closer to your home, and then that way we won't need to worry too much about that transport issue. However, if you really start to enjoy these sessions and really start to connect to the counselors and find they're really helping you, it might also be another alternative that we can get court funding just for your transport costs, and then at least that's just something you don't need to worry about anymore. And that'll just take out a little bit of the stress in this whole process. So, With your permission, of course, I would like to follow up on some of the concerns you told me about. Maybe start speaking to the counselor, start getting to the root of some of the problems you're finding, and maybe also looking into alternatives that might sort of help out the issues that you're going through. And then hopefully we can figure out a way to make this rehabilitation process work a lot better for you.